let's delve into the lost mines of Phandelver. Hello, my friend, and happy Friday. Thank you for joining me tonight, and welcome. Before I get into the D&D topic for the day and talking about my experience and some thoughts about the Lost Mines of Phandelver, I want to share two quick bits of, fun facts or something. The first is that if Battletech is one of the games that you enjoy as I do, then this coming Wednesday, there is a Kickstarter beginning for Battletech. It's called the Clan Invasion Box Set is what they're going to be kickstarting this coming Wednesday. I will probably be doing an entire episode here on DnDaily just devoted to digging in a little more to that and what you can expect. And I might even do it on Wednesday when they launch the Kickstarter. So we'll keep your eyes out for that. The other thing is just some fun stuff. Tomorrow I'm excited because in doing the RPG Writers Workshop, I've made some really fantastic connections, and tomorrow night I'm actually getting to playtest one of the games. I guess it's one of the one-shots with one of the writers, so that's a lot of ones. Anyway, I'm gonna get to play some games tomorrow night, which I'm excited about. 5e content that hasn't even been released, and help a fellow writer play test their new content, which I'm really excited about. Should be pretty darn fun. I'm actually playing a rogue that I've used in the past in another game, but I didn't get to play him enough, and I really like the character a lot. So I thought, hey, why not bring him out? This isn't for any kind of recorded session or anything like that. It's really just strictly a bunch of people getting together to run this game a few times. He's doing 4 total sessions, and then we'll share our feedback. So I'm stoked about that. Oh, I guess there was one other real quick thing I wanted to mention. I hung out today and watched the Notorious DMG group running their game, and they're playing the Stranger Things box set, I guess, that campaign adventure or whatever you want to call it, and it was pretty cool. So hey, go check out Notorious DMG. You can find them on Twitch and Twitter and possibly on YouTube as well, and I will tell you more about them some other time, but tonight I want to dig into Lost Mines of Phandelver. Now, this is not a product review, and I promise that there should not be much in the way of spoilers. This is just some of my thoughts about my experience in playing, really, in this game and what we've done in our game. So it's kind of like it's Friday night story time, I guess, with Gregory. And so sit back, relax, and enjoy this for just the next few minutes. Here's my experience with Lost Mines of Phandelver and why I think it's so much fun. I have seen several VODs, several videos on demand on either Twitch or on YouTube that were people running Lost Mines of Phandelver before I ever got any opportunity to play in it. I don't own the box set. I've seen it. I've kind of just loosely looked through it, but nothing not really had my hands on it to dig in and check it out. So mostly my experience with it is now as an observer, I guess, a watcher, a player, and that's it. And being a player, of course, being probably the most fun part of it. So what I love about this is that, A, it's a pretty fun, and it's almost like a quintessential beginning adventure. Like, if you had never played D&D before, what better sort of like first foe to encounter than goblins? Goblins in the Forgotten Realms, on Faerun, and in Dungeons and Dragons in general. Until recently, until the last few years. Okay, maybe it started with say possibly 3.5 or something, but until recently, let's say, for the first big chunk of D&D's history so far, goblins were bad guys. They were evil creatures. They were not friendly, and you certainly could not use them as a player class, or excuse me, as a player race. Now, of course, that's changed. So there's fun ways to engage goblins into your world without them being evil, nasty creatures. However, in the Lost Mines of Phandelver, I guess this might be a little bit of a spoiler, so I did apologize, but at the beginning you fight goblins, which is like quintessential and fundamental in D&D. So I really like the setup of this game, and of course every DM might do it slightly differently, but generally speaking, people are probably going to be starting this adventure in a similar fashion. Now, for myself and the group we play, this is our Wednesday group, which is actually going to be switching to Thursday starting next week, as a side note. But we have the amazing Titus Knight, who I mentioned last night on the vlog yesterday, is running this game for us and doing a fantastic job. He kindly offered to kind of give me a break from running the game and also give us all an opportunity to sort of get out of the dungeon crawl slog that our Princes of the Apocalypse game has sort of turned into. I certainly didn't envision it that way. I love dungeon crawls, so I should say that. I think dungeon crawls are great. They're not for everyone, though, and I get that. We do quite a bit of, like, role-playing within the party, but there's, like, not a whole lot of opportunity to sort of engage with NPCs. You're pretty much just engaging with, like, one monster after another. There are NPCs, but they're kind of few and far between, and so and with like gobs and gobs and gobs of combat, even though there's quite a bit of exploration and some really kind of cool things to interact with within it, it can be a little tedious. And so running and playing in the Lost Mines has been this nice break, this nice kind of like, break from that sort of, on a certain level, monotony, which, again, I love dungeon crawls. So for me, it's super fun. So I love playing Lost Mines. Now, the other fun thing about this, okay, we haven't even, I should say, we still have really no idea what or where the Lost Mines are. We've only essentially heard some, like, rumors about what it is and where it is, and we still are on our way to be, like, finding it. And what we have done, so we started on a first level. We are currently up to third level. And what we've done, though, is we're sort of taking, because at least 3 of us have been playing D&D for many years, and the other 2 players are experienced in that they have been playing more than weekly, like more than one game a week for the last few years. So they've got lots and lots of experience now at this point too. So none of us is like newbies, like straight out newbies. We decided that we wanted to play a game, and we're all friends too, so this helped. We decided we wanted to play a game that was on the darker side, let's say leaning towards an evil campaign, because one of the players really wanted to play what we used to call an anti-paladin. Now we refer to as an Oathbreaker Paladin. This is, if you're not aware, an Oathbreaker is an option that's in the Dungeon Master's Guide for a paladin who has gone against their faith and religion. And if you're a critter like me, you are very familiar with an Oathbreaker Paladin because, well, Archon the Cruel, I was wearing his t-shirt yesterday, Archon the Cruel is an Oathbreaker Paladin. So if you know him from the Critical Role or maybe the Force Grey, he's actually even, I guess, he's in the Baldur's Gate, the newest release that's coming out. I did that video. So Archon the Cruel, perfect example of a fallen paladin, of an Oathbreaker Paladin, and one of our players Kaylin wanted to play the Oathbreaker, and we're like, that sounds cool. How could we do that without making it like a, because again, Titus Knight's concern was that, well, do we really want to make this like the Lost Mines of Phandelver doesn't really work for an evil campaign, right? If the players are evil, and my thought was like, well, we don't necessarily have to be evil. Like I don't really want to play someone who's like a super murderer, like psychopath. I just want to play someone who's maybe not who's morally ambiguous, let's say, and is a little more willing to do whatever he wants. So my character is this power-hungry magician, magic user, which is super fun, and he has a really interesting reason to be power-hungry and want to be able to control the elements and so forth. So lots of fun with that. The coolest thing that I will leave you with, I guess, here is that one of the things we decided to do is that this may sound a little spoilery, so again, I apologize if it is. You can always tune in next time. But here's what we did with our adventure. And others probably have done similar, but when we freed the manor of its inhabitants, the unsavory inhabitants, those dastardly red brands, we also, in the process of doing it, decided, this might make a pretty cool base of operations for us, and maybe we should set ourselves up as the new owners of this here deserted and demolished mansion. Because actually the mansion itself is like in total disrepair. It's basically a ruin, and there's only the underground, like the basement level, that's still functional and usable. And so that's what we did. So we set ourselves up as the new proprietor. Well, the proprietor's not probably the right way. The new owners, the new owners of this place, of the manor, which was awesome and lots of fun. We did quite a bit of that in our last session, and lots of fun role playing. And so I think in summary, what I love the most about Phandelver is it's a very simple, fun, and straightforward adventure that you can still make your own and have your own fun with it. Even if you've seen it, and even if you've played it before, probably, I'm sure that you could run it again and try something new. And that's what we're doing, and having a great time doing it. So thank you, Reed, and thank you for being here. Keep rolling 20s until I see you at a table someday. And remember, it's your game. Play your way. Setting, I suppose this is not how I want to start. Hello, and thank you for joining me. And that's not how I want to start either. Before I get... Yeah, there's all kinds of other stuff. I have some...